Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Kennedy Joseph, and I'm the CEO at Africave. And we're trying to bust the friction around hiring and managing technology teams. In the war for digital talent, hiring the best technical teams poses a technical problem in and of itself. So companies spend countless hours sorting through resumes and portfolios of candidates trying to find the best fits culturally and technically for their teams. And even more, the smaller to mid-sized companies are at a disadvantage because they don't have the financial resources and the brand name to compete against the Googles and Microsofts of the world. And an average company spends around $23,000 to land one software engineer. And 28% of these engineers end up churning because of skill set and cultural misalignment. And for a lot of these companies, this is made even more difficult due to the global death of software engineers. So there are 2 million software engineering jobs that would go unfilled by the end of this year. And a lot of companies are turning to untapped pockets of talent in order to meet their demand, given all the reasons I've explained. And not only does Africa currently have 70,000 software engineers, it's currently the fastest growing continent for software engineers. So it presents a unique opportunity. However, we shouldn't just jump at that, because even with the unique opportunity, there's a huge challenge here for a lot of these companies. How do they verify and validate the skill set of these engineers, given the large talent pool in burgeoning cities in Africa? And so it seems like for a lot of them, there's need for some sort of technical diagnostic mechanism that helps them validate the skill set and hire seamlessly. And here comes Africave. We leverage an AI-enabled platform to help companies validate skill sets, and we provide on-demand access to Africa's software engineering talent. So we are building a platform that converts your English-like descriptors of business objectives scientifically into work modules that are matched with our own curated pool of mid to senior software engineers. And upon a mutual decision to engage, we set up end-to-end infrastructure needs. We set up privacy, data confidentiality, and onboarding agreement, and help drive the process of seamless onboarding to drive engagement success. And we're different from other competitors like Andela, for example, which has been an incredible foreigner on the continent. And the first is in terms of our business model. So we're lean, and that gives us the opportunity to be affordable. And so that combined with the fact that in terms of the customers we serve pre-seed to Series A SaaS companies. It enables us to capture a part of the market that current competitors currently don't. And our route to profitability, thus, is a lot easier. Our core technologies are different from that. So we are specifically building expertise, amongst others, in unique technologies that still prove to be scarce on the continent. And we provide engineers flexibility in that they don't need to sign 4-year contracts to stay with us. And this gives us a leg up on competitors in accessing top quality talent who daily demand flexibility and great pay. In terms of our team, we're a strong local team. I was one of 3 Africans who built ByteDance's Africa business, working from the Beijing headquarters. ByteDance owns TikTok, the product we almost all of us use. Valentine, our CTO, was one of the very early employees. He's been a software engineer for the past 10 years and was one of the early employees at Hotels.ng, which is the Expedia of Africa. And Duke has built core operations experience and has spent his past summers working at KPMG and Citi. And Spencer, Hemant, and Libby are incredible advisors who have built deep experience in the market we currently serve and have professional and personal experience working on the continent. And that also includes, one of our advisors also includes the German tech giant SAP. The total global market right now is estimated to be around $200 billion, but Africave's serviceable market is $7 billion, and you can see the reason why we achieved that. However, that continues to grow because by 2030, 80% of the jobs created will require digital talent. And we make money very simply by charging a monthly fee per resource, and we take 15 to 35% of that as profit. And in the future, we'll make money by licensing our technology to companies to bust the friction around hiring. just in terms of what we've done thus far. So in November, we incorporated here in the US and in Nigeria. And in December, we attracted a $15,000 grant from SAP. That was helpful to give us an initial liftoff. We signed $96,000 worth of contracts last month. And this month, we signed $90,000 worth of contracts and have 2 deals in the pipeline that will double that before the end of the month. And just given, assuming a very modest linear progression, we're going to potentially make $2 million USD at the end of the year. Right now, we're not looking to raise any money. We're not looking to take any investment, but specifically, we're looking to connect to potential customers, again, to further test a lot of the assumptions that underlie our model, and introduction to founders specifically who have built automated hiring solutions and have scaled talent ecosystems, because that's a long-term vision for our company on the continent. Thank you very much.
Mr. Joseph, good to see you again.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you notice, one of the Andela is one of the Harambeans, led by some of the Harambeans, and
I didn't hear that.
Andela, as you know, is led by some of the Harambeans, and one of the challenges they've had is the market is demanding ever more experienced developers, and so there is less and less an appetite. So how do we tackle that? What's your response?
Sure. Andela's clients are the very top Fortune 500, and in terms of their needs, their technology needs are a lot more complex than the market can serve right now, and that's why we are playing to a client base that companies like Andela currently doesn't serve. So pre-seed stage through Series A companies, and that gives us the opportunity. There's a market fit in terms of in terms of the potential of the market to serve the needs of these companies.
Thank you. I think this is an incredible sector. I mean, technology can really be a bridge regardless of where folks are. Over the last few years, I've seen a number of business plans in this field. You're essentially a matching platform. You've got the demand of the SaaS companies. Yes, you're in that phase. But if I understand the question, and one we'd like your guidance on, is the talent on the other end is the most important element, and in particular, deep technical skills in coding. So how are you thinking about that ecosystem of matching and getting the coding skills? A number of folks are training people on their own. That's Grow, which takes a long time. But are you finding existing programmers? Is it in Nigeria? Is it outside? One of the biggest barriers is finding the talent.
Absolutely, we totally agree. And we started our business in Nigeria, and right now we're able to tap into a very rich pool of mid to senior software engineers that currently exist. But in terms of the long-term vision, what we think is we need to build companies like this in order to create incentive structures for competitors to invest in scaling talent ecosystems on the continent. So if we think 20, 30 years out from now, we need to build businesses that ensure that companies are actively investing in the talent ecosystem. And so that's some sort of long-term vision. But for right now, we're recruiting talent from Nigeria and hope to move south.
How many programmers on the platform at the moment?
So right now we're in the process of building, but we recruit programmers on an ongoing basis, on demand. So when we have client needs, so right now we serve 3 clients in the US and in Europe, and we recruit and match on an on-demand basis right now. But we hope to start onboarding in the next couple of weeks.
Kennedy, oh, sorry. I've got a really quick, really quick question, which is the focus on pre-seed to Series A, and we were just having this debate just offline, which is that at that stage, you probably want your technology solutions to be either in-house or nearshore. So why would I engage with an African outsource provider like Africave at that pre-seed to Series A stage? Because I want to sort of build that culture. I want to ensure that people understand my product. I want to be very, very close to my product. I want to make sure that I'm very clear about where it's heading. How do you create that type of relationship with the developers that you're providing to early stage businesses?
So as your business grows, firstly, talent is very scarce, and companies don't say, because you're far away, we don't want talent. So good talent always is in high demand, irrespective of where that is. And so for us, we think the onus lies on us to find good engineers. And as we meet companies at seed stage and as they continue to grow, at no point, I mean, that may happen. Would they, let go of engineers because of the location? And as they continue to get comfortable and grow into adopting a distributed model strategy, then good talent would always be in demand, and they would always want that. And if in the future we find that that poses a challenge, then we right now, what we do is for a lot of, we provide services like an office space, a private office space that guarantees internet and electricity access. So a lot of the reasons why companies would be tempted to pull teams right under their nose, we're trying to cut all of that out by baking all of these services into our business model to counteract the possibility of that in the future.